One of the things you guys may or may not consider about those of us who do content creation as a job or as a hobby is that in order to be successful, you oftentimes have to crank out content that you might not really have your heart set on. And this means in my case, because I'm a grown man with children and a house and a wife and a full-time job outside of YouTube, that I oftentimes have to play games that I know I can capture content from. Fortunately for me, the niche that I'm in, really just tactical shooters, combat simulations, military simulation, that is stuff I'm passionate about, and it's stuff that I'm always eager to jump on and record. But what that also means is that it's not often that I have time to just sit down behind my PC and play games for fun, because time is extremely scarce. I may only get a couple hours a week to do any sort of recording or editing or narration, and for that reason, I'm often limited to the stuff that you guys expect to see on the channel. And I'm totally fine with that because I'm passionate about making content and I enjoy doing it. And then every once in a while, a game comes along that just makes me throw that entire formula out the window. And today I'm excited to share with you guys a game called BattleBit Remastered. And BattleBit Remastered is a weird one because it is a low poly, massive multiplayer shooter. It's not an MMO per se, but it does feature battles that are over 250 players. I'm sure you guys have read about it or watched videos on it or played it yourself at this point, but the game has been out for about 24 hours as of the time of recording this video. I got in the playtest last week, and then I finally downloaded it and started playing it after launch yesterday. And as of the time of this recording, the all-time peak in the last 24 hours was up over 34,000 players, which is absurd when you consider that that's more concurrence than games like Halo Infinite and Battlefield 2042, and it's right up there with your Rainbow Six Siege and your Team Fortress 2. I mean, it's in that league, and right now it's the 10th most played FPS on Steam, which is an absurd statistic. This is a low poly game, guys. One that isn't particularly pretty to look at, although I do like the art style and I think it's got some merit to it. The lighting and the shadows are all gorgeous, but the beauty of this game is that because it is a low poly game, you can run it on any machine, and on any machine it's going to play absolutely incredible. And then what's even more interesting to me is that this game has been developed over the last many years by 3 dudes. This is not some giant AAA studio. This isn't even a moderately sized studio. This is 3 guys who are extremely passionate about this project, who just wanted to make a phenomenal game, and that is exactly what they did. Now, what features can we talk about in BattleBit? Well, all of them. It's got all the features, guys. Any Battlefield game that you've played, any Call of Duty game that you've played, if there was a feature in one of those games that you liked, it's probably integrated into BattleBit Remastered, and they've done an excellent job in that. There's weapon customization. You unlock weapon attachments as you use the weapon. You unlock additional weapons by leveling up your character. As you level up your character, you'll get access to more cosmetics. You can change the appearance of your character. There's even a built-in prestige system after you've achieved, the highest ranks in the game. And the weapon customization options are pretty robust. You can attach undergrips or, underbarrel attachments, side-mounted attachments, offset optics, primary optics, lasers, lights, you name it, and it's in the game. They've got, assault rifles, sub guns, pistols, sniper rifles, crew serve weapons and light machine guns, rocket launchers, and then just all the gadgets that you could possibly imagine. And there's something in this for everyone. You'll definitely be able to find your preferred class, your preferred build, or you can be like me and kind of sample everything and just get a good feel for the game. There's also a ton of vehicles in the game. There's light wheeled vehicles, there's light armored vehicles, there's main battle tanks, there's amphibious vehicles, there's waterborne vehicles like personal watercraft, your jet ski kind of things. There's boats, there's just, it's insane. And my personal favorite among the vehicles is the helicopters. There are utility helicopters designed specifically for transporting. This is like your UH-60 Black Hawk kind of variants, and then they've also got little birds. Some of those little birds are made for transportation, and some of them are made for attack. So you've got your dual miniguns on the sides, and I've had a blast flying the helicopters, and I've spent a ton of time in them. And then they've also got a fast rope system built into the helicopter, so you can infill and exfil your buddies on and off objectives. So yeah, that's just like native in the game when you play it, and it works extraordinarily well. It's just wild. The infantry gameplay feels really good. It runs very smooth. The weapon handling is fantastic. The time to kill feels satisfying and rewarding. Certainly your build matters, your optic matters, but if you're scoring center mass and headshots, you're putting guys down pretty quickly. You're achieving one-hit kills at range with bolt-action sniper rifles with headshots, which is extremely satisfying. The aim-down sights feel snappy and quick. You can certainly, max out the meta to get just that esports level, fast-paced Twitch shooter feel if that's what you're going for. The optics look great, and yeah, it's just weird that a game launched without any hiccups, got over 30,000 concurrent players, has all the features I want in it at launch. Like if the game never got another update, I would be happy, and I just want to play it. Like right now, I'm recording this video, and I love you guys to death, and I want to tell you about this game, but I would rather be playing the game right now, and that doesn't happen very often for me. I'm really, really, really impressed by what they've achieved in this game. They've got built-in stats, so you can keep track of your kill-death ratio over time and all sorts of other little intricate stats. The destruction system is mind-blowing. If you guys, remember back to Battlefield Bad Company 2, which was my heyday on consoles, you can blow out stairwells and walls and doors and bring down entire buildings by knocking out all the load-bearing structures in them. It's just extremely incredible, and it leads to these awesome moments where you can get a new avenue to maneuver against and flank your enemies by knocking a hole in a wall, dumping grenades into it, and then flowing through it. The social and the party system is really, really good. You can immediately identify which of your Steam friends are playing, party up with them, queue together, and get into the same squad. There's excellent voice over IP. It works really well. I think the audio quality is diminished, compared to a Discord call, but it still sounds great. And they actually open up an audio channel between two players. If you're in close proximity and you kill somebody, there's this brief moment where they've got a death audio mic activation, and you can hear them whining about dying or just talk shit to each other. And this all runs on potato machines, and I think that this game is a perfect example of what game development should be about. It should be about creating high quality experience for players that just work, that don't require a million patches after launch to get fixed. Developers that took their time, polished a product, and put it on the market when it was ready to go, when it was to a high standard. They didn't overhype it. They did some play tests, they got it right, and then they released it. And the results speak for themselves. This game is going to be around for a very long time. This is a generational type of game in my mind. I think we're going to be playing this for many, many years. I think it'll continue to be updated. We're going to see a ton of new content come out. One of the beautiful things about it being a low poly game is that the dev cycle is likely to be faster because they're not having to create all these high quality 3D models and get them integrated into the game. Instead, they can do a couple quick passes and start adding things seamlessly. And so we're going to see a lot of new maps coming out really quickly. I think we're going to see new game modes coming out quickly. They've teased milsim style game modes, which is pretty mind-blowing, and I can't wait to see what that is like. But all in all, I'm having a blast in this game. I think my preferred ways to play is as the assault class. I'm loving running the AK-74 with a magnified optic and offsets, and then I'm also loving the bolt-action sniper class, and then of course I'm loving flying helicopters, and I will default to doing that anytime a helicopter is available for me to spawn in. I definitely want to dive more into this game, figure out fun ways to play it, and share those things with you guys. I know this video in this game doesn't exactly belong on the channel per se, but it's one of those really special moments where I want to make sure that my audience is aware that this game is out there and it is worthy of the $15 that it costs, and you guys will get a ton of value from it and replayability, and I know that you will enjoy it as much as I have. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you consider subscribing to the channel. I'm Controlled Pairs. This has been BattleBit Remastered, and I will see you guys in the next one.